Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with my WWE Raw review for Monday, December the 4th. Yes, cannot believe it's December of 2017. Now, I did not make a Raw review last week. I did watch it. I thought it was a decent Raw last week. Some good storyline development, some good action and all that. And I think the same can be said about tonight's Raw as well from Los Angeles, California. We had a feud stemming between two Samoans, one that's named Samoa and one who actually is one. As the guy named Samoa matched with the Samoan and his friends. Plus, we finally saw the debut, long awaited, of a Woken gimmick. Well, it's Woken / broken, whatever you want to call it. Before I elaborate further my Raw review, I want to mention what the hell I'm wearing. I'm probably one of those maybe this shirt like maybe once or twice before, but if I haven't, it's best in Detroit. It's for an indie company called XICW. I was repping XICW because I went to another indie company based out of Windsor, Canada, Boulder City Wrestling last night in Belleville, Michigan. Diamondback Saloon. Got to meet a former WWE guy who's now in Impact, John Morrison. Johnny Impact. Nice dude. I had a little conversation with him and took a selfie with him too. Nice dude. I'll tell you about somebody else who I saw later on during a match involving an ex of his. Anywho, on with our first segment of Good Angle, hyping up the big matches made for this evening. The tag team title rematch between the Sheild and the Bar. And also about Roman Reigns and his. I like at least Roman Reigns is doing more as IC champion than he did as US champion earlier this year. He didn't do shit with the US title. I said that last week when he won the IC championship. I was hoping he was going to do more with that than with the US. Well, I'm happy he did. He opened up the Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge last week with an unlikely first opponent. Elias took the challenge first. He looked really good in that match. The best I've seen in the main roster. I knew he was going to lose, but it's like what happened with the Cena US Open Challenge 2 years ago. You knew Cena was going to win, but his opponents are going to look good. That's what happened with Elias this past week. He looked awesome there against Reigns. It probably one of Reigns' best showings in a while. And who was going to face Reigns tonight? Well, one guy was going to answer the challenge. Jason Jordan. I think they're pulling the trigger on the heel thing. He got booed out the fucking building tonight. You know, he's finally getting some heel heat, kind of. You know, his music hits. Wanted to answer the challenge from Reigns. Selling the whole knee thing. Is it her? Is it? Blah, 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 blah. He's been doing that in the last couple of weeks. And he was like saying, oh, he's still hurt. And then all of a sudden, Reigns comes out talking about Jordan don't deserve anything because he gets it from his daddy. And Jordan's like, you're the poster child of giving handed things. That was a little burn there because in many people's minds, Roman is the chosen one, which is handed championships and handed pushes. But he has worked hard. Whether or not you love or hate Roman, it thinks he was just handed the main event spot. He did have to push and claw for it in NXT and as a member of the Shield. Before being flustered in the main event picture, just literally flustered by creative. Too many fans, this man, that's why many fans have turned that moment. Same happened to John Cena. So as Jordan was upset about being overlooked and not being taken seriously, here comes Samoa Joe, the man who attacked Roman Reigns following his win against Elias last week. We see a feud stemming with these two. We thought they were going to face off tonight, but I think they may want to prolong the rivalry. Because as Roman was ready to face off against Joe, you know, they had a little verbal exchange. Jordan, like I said, did not like being one-upped and not being respected and getting shunned as he suplexed the hell out of Roman. Forcing Angle to make the match between Roman and Jordan. Because Reigns wanted it as well, and Angle made it official after that sneak attack from Jason Jordan. And it's kind of a hypocrite. He's like, I don't sneak attack people. I sneak attack Roman Reigns. So, And another little topic to get to before I review this match. They faced off before in September, and Jordan looked really good in that match. It only looked the same in this one. But a lot of people complain about how Woman's holding the belt. Other people have done it, including John Morrison in the tag team belt on a scratch. So you complain about Woman, yet other people did the same damn thing. You don't say shit. You only complain because it's Woman fucking Reigns. Or as I like to call him, the man who's faster than Rey Mysterio. More powerful than a Big Show. Able to bury careers in a single bound. You all complain because it's Super Reigns. But love or hate him, he had a good showing against Jordan yet again in this match. And Jordan's really playing up the heel. I love like one spot like Reigns was going for something and Jordan had a great counter like into a suplex. There was some good action here. Even on the outside, he was very physical tonight. But his knee that's been on again off again, saying, "Oh, I'm fine." Then he gets hurt. It's like, "Oh, my knee does hurt." You know, seriously playing the heel up there with the knee thing. So he got tossed at the top up at one point by Reigns. Found the knee. And also Woman had a body part exposed, his shoulder, when he got nailed against the post at one point by Jordan. So both guys had an injured body part that the other focused on throughout the evening, especially when Woman had Jordan up in a leg lock at one point, kind of like a one-legged Boston Crab. But then there's some other great counters. Reigns was going for a Superman punch, and then Jordan came with a drop kick. And both guys were going for the big finish, especially Reigns numerous times at the Superman punch. And that's when, like I said earlier, the great spot when they were balling the outside and Jason countered the Superman punch by countering with lifting Reigns in midair to the steps. That's a great spot there. Like I said, Jordan looked well, but as I said earlier, same result as in a match in the John Cena Open Challenge. The opponent's going to look good, but the champ's going to retain. As indeed, Jordan would beat up the inevitable. With the big punch and the Superman punch, and along with a spear. And the 1-2-3 victory for Roman Reigns. Like I said, great action from Jordan, though. He looked good as he did in his match in September. You know, they faced off in September, and it was a good match. And he also faced off against Cena, when Reigns and Cena had their little rivalry going on before No Mercy. So once again, this match was really good. Good chemistry between these guys. And Roman did well. So did Jordan with some great moves. A lot of suplexing. He's a king of Suplex City, not Brock Lesnar. But then after the match, Samoa Joe, who was standing at the ramp, attacked Roman and tried to lay him out again with a Coquina clutch. But then Jason Jordan came up from behind and suplexed Joe. But then Roman didn't like Jordan helping him and wanting revenge for Jordan attacking him earlier. And gave him a receipt in the form of another Superman punch to end the segment. And later on, Jordan wanted a match against Joe. Reading a poem about which Samoan's going to kill Roman Reigns. Or what Samoan's going to kill Jason Jordan. I was reading like a Twitter poem. And there was an option. There was either which Samoan was going to kill Jordan. Roman, Samoa Joe, or Rikishi for the walk. I did it for the walk. I've been watching like old Walls like in the network. From 2000 when Rikishi had the ill-fated heel turn. So that's in the brain. Like, I did it for the walk. Oh, God. Silly ass heel turn. Anyway. I thought we were going to see Joe and Jordan tonight. Because I mentioned Joe wanted a match against Joe. Joe attacked him in Angle's office. So I thought we were going to see the match tonight. Apparently we may have that match next week. Speaking of matches we were going to get last week instead of tonight, Paige finally made her in-ring return tonight in a one-on-one match against Sasha Banks. She was supposed to be in a 6-woman tag with her new group, Absolution is the name. Now we have, of course, 2 factions. We have Ruby Wyatt debuting on SmackDown right after Paige brought her 2 NXT call-ups, Mandy and Sonya. And Paige has got her Wyatt squad, Ruby, with her, Liv Morgan, we're to see her is here, and Sarah Logan. Many people would love to see her as Crazy Mary Thompson, her own gimmick. But she had to change because of Ryan, blah, 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 blah. So she had to be a country gimmick. instead of Crazy. I've seen her as Crazy Mary Dobson in Ring of Honor. But they attacked last week. That be Paige's friends. Absolution is supposed to be Absolution against Sasha, Bailey, and Mickey. But Mickey and Bailey got taken out. It just triple teamed on Sasha. So tonight it was Sasha and Paige 1-on-1. You can't just see Paige on screen. Especially I saw X last night at the Border City Wrestling Show, as I mentioned in the beginning. Alberto Del Rio, a.k.a. Bola El Patron. He was in an Impact Championship match that they said was going to be taped for Impact Television with Johnny Impact and Eli Drake. Dummy. Yeah, I know a little bit. I don't watch TNA much anymore. I only watch Ring of Honor, New Japan, and WWE, obviously. So, but it was still a good match. The main event of that Border City card with Alberto and Johnny Impact. Spoiler, if it ever airs on television, screwy finish. Despite the fact it was a triple threat. It was in a bar, too. There's Diamondback Saloon in Belleville, so it's kind of weird seeing, especially Morrison and Alberto, I've seen wrestle in the big arenas now, seeing like a bar, basically. But it was kind of interesting. So Alberto was in a bar, and Paige is back in arenas. Good trade-off to break up with him. So, Paige did a little bit of ring wash in her, but she looked pretty good against Sasha. Very long, we had very long matches in the first half of the show. A lot of wrestling tonight. Especially this one went over the 2 commercial break. That woman match with Joan lasted long too. So, Paige, well, I love that little spot. She such a flip power bomb from the top rope. She almost botched it, but she recovered with one hand. That was a cool little spot there. But Sasha came back, including trying to put the bank statement. By the way, Alexa was on commentary, and Absolution was at ringside, and so was Bailey and Alexa. And eventually, the two one faction and a little mini faction would brawl on the outside. Mickey and Bailey would get their hands on Sonya and Mandy, and that distraction would help Paige get the victory. With Paige nailing Sasha from behind, capitalizing on that brawl distraction with the Rampage and the victory for Paige. And then they took out Sasha again with another triple beatdown with a double team move from Sonya and Mandy. Their motivations are kind of not as like Riot Squad saying, "Oh, we're just here to whack shit up." Paige is using that, "Oh, I'm the queen of the women's evolution" thing. The whole "I'm the inspiration behind the women's evolution" storyline is passé. Emma did it, now she's fired. You know what I mean? Paige is kind of like the queen of the revolution. She kind of started it, but does that have to be a storyline? We always saw that, like I said, with Emma, many others who said, like, "I'm the one who helped the women's evolution. I'm not getting respect." That's whole Paige's thing. At least they're not Team Paige or Team Bad or Team PCB. Like when they bought the women up from NXT back in 2015, that's the whole team thing. So, at least there's Absolution, and of course on SmackDown, the Wyatt Squad. Kind of like the same thing on the different shows. So, there you go. But this won't be the last you would see of Absolution. And Alexa Bliss didn't do anything again this week. She got taken out by Absolution. She was on commentary a little bit last week, but didn't do anything this week or last week. There's that. These are the match there with these two. Now on to our next affair, which is a Fatal 4-Way, the second of the 2 Fatal 4-Ways that determine who would face off to win an opportunity to face off against Enzo Amore in 2 weeks. We started doing it last week with, it was Rich Swann, Oya Daivari, Noam Dar, and Akira Tozawa? I gotta make sure I'm right on that. It was Akira as the 4. Yeah, it was Akira, yeah. They had a long match, the Fatal 4-Way, last week. And they gave them enough time. I hope they give them enough time to do 205 Live house shows they just announced today. Doing some small shows. Maybe they should add some NXT guys to get some ticket sales, because 205 Live guys don't do well. But if they do matches like they did last week and tonight, they'll get some ticket sales. Because they had a very long match last week. great fatal 4-way last week. We were hoping for the same again. A long cruiserweight match. And once again, they did it with this long match. All the guys look really good in this match. In this fatal 4-way, the winner would face on Rich Swann to face off to get an opportunity to face Enzo. So in this fatal 4-way, winner gets Swann, like I mentioned. It was 2 members of the Soul Train again. This time it's Team PowerPoint. I like that name. Well, it's because of the presentation by Gulak. Because Gulak and Tony Nese taking on individually against Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander. Both have their little problems. You know, they teamed up together before. You know, Drew and Tony have, and so have Ali and Alexander, but all 4 of them were fighting for themselves. So like, a little bit of teamwork in there, but there was like a little bit of like, I want this. Fuck you. You're not my friend in this match. There was like little like pushing and shoving from the respective so-called partners. There were some great spots. A couple Spanish flies, including the springboard Spanish fly from Mustafa on the top. That was awesome. And all the guys looked really good. All had a moment to shine. Very long match. I was pissed all there at the Tower of Doom spot during the break. That was bullshit. They aired it later, but it should have been live, not during the fucking commercial break. Anywho, I have some great cruiserweight action. Very exciting. Even the crowd had a little "This is awesome" chant. I'll say this crowd in LA was better than last week's crowd. Anywho, and the couple Spanish flies attempt. Cedric Alexander was kind of the MVP of this, especially doing a couple lumbar checks to Nese and Mustafa Ali. But I remember a few months ago that Cedric Alexander looked good in a fatal 4-way, and he was set to be the favorite to win until Enzo stole the victory from Alexander and he took out everybody. It was a fatal 4-way elimination match. Cedric took out everybody but got snuck walled up by Enzo. Well, Cedric got robbed of the victory yet again. After taking out Mustafa with the lumbar check, he got pushed out of the ring by Drew Gulak and basically picked up the pieces and pinned Ali. 1, 2, 3. Yes! Gulak won! Gulak won the match. That means he'll face off against Rich Swann next week. And who knows? Maybe we'll get a member of the Soul Train to take on Enzo for the Cruiserweight title in 2 weeks. Like, I wanted Cedric Alexander to win, but I'm happy about Drew Gulak. I've been applauding his gimmick. And his gimmick at first, the whole make a better 205 Live thing, it didn't go over well. But then he started doing his PowerPoint presentations. That got him over. He was trying to show up, but he got cut. Again, the man cut him again, like what happened during the TLC pre-show when his PowerPoint presentation got cut from the pre-show, and now this PowerPoint got cut again on Raw. So the man's holding Drew Gulak down. He's a good wrestler. He's making this gimmick work. So, there you go. Great action. Best cruiserweight match of Raw in a while besides last week's Fatal 4-Way. Hopefully they give him more opportunities. Speaking of gimmicks that are working, especially more on the main roster than in NXT, we had Elias come out. Now, Elias wanted some competition. And unfortunately, he said he didn't have any suitable because he didn't get an IC title rematch after his great showing against Woken. So Angel said he would give him competition, but till then, you get a concert. So Elias was singing a song about LA. And then I was like, who's going to face Elias? It's not going to be Woken Matt because he's feuding with Bray. I'll get to that later. That was awesome, by the way. It is not going to be Balor because Balor already faced up against him. So who is going to face Elias? My dad was watching him with me. He's like, Braun Strowman. I'm like, really? You think Braun Strowman's going to face Elias? Then Braun hits like, damn it, Dad, you were right. It was Elias against, well, the match never really happened. Braun just beat the crap out of Elias. He even no-selling a guitar shot to the back by Elias. And it just took him down with a power slam, but then Kane came on the screen. There was a feud going on, stemming from when I made my Raw review 2 weeks ago, was when Kane took out Strowman with the chair to the throat. And then Strowman did the same thing that Kane last week. So they're going to have a match next week. And hopefully they need to add a step. Because last time they faced off, it was a DQ, no contest. The ring broke too. And I hope this feud ends quickly. Because Strowman deserves to be up in the card. Because he's over as hell. His return against Kane last week wasn't the best. Main event was kind of flat. With the whole 2 DQs. We know we're going to get a DQ again tonight. Get to that as well. So Kane Strowman finally ends the feud next week. And it's kind of funny that Kane had a sore throat. They didn't bring back his voice box game. That would be awesome, go nostalgic and have Kane with a sore throat after being near with a chair, use his voice box. My name is God. I will the boat on the ass. Good segment for The Rock there. Classic. So then, by the way, before we get to our next match, a Divas match, women's match. Sorry, I said Divas, it's women's. I was watching the Sasha match with Paige, and I was thinking to myself, where the hell's Nia Jax been? When my answer was made as Samoa confronted her, are we going to get an Enzo Nia Jax love thing? No! Ding! Before it even begins! No! Nia Jax does nothing to be the storyline of Enzo Amore. Is it going to be a punishment for walking out? And punishment maybe because she's friends with Neville who walked out? Anyway, before I elaborate and kind of get my own theories, we would see another women's match. Asuka, good news, it was longer than 10 seconds. Yay! More good news, it was not against Dana Brooke again. Yay! Bad news, it was against Alicia Fox. So, Alicia Fox, you still feel like she's the captain of Team Raw. Of course, she led the victory despite the fact she was eliminated. And Asuka was the last woman standing in that Raw match. Survivor Series match with Raw women against SmackDown women. So Alicia wanted to be repaid by getting an ass whooping from Asuka. And Alicia had a lot more offense than Dana Brooke had. She had Asuka locked a little, but then Asuka made a comeback with the big hip attacks and the striking. Even Alicia Fox did a little helicopter spin strike before she got outstruck by Asuka, leading to the on-ball victory. Now, we saw this last week, and this happened again. After Asuka's match, here comes Absolution. Now, Asuka didn't do anything this week or last week. She just saw Absolution go to the ring and walked out, leading maybe to a rivalry between Paige and Asuka in the future, and who knows. A lot of people thinking that on the internet saying that Paige might be the one to end the undefeated streak of Asuka. Asuka can beat Bliss and then have Paige beat her for the women's title once Asuka gets in the title picture. Or have Asuka against Paige for the title if Paige ends up feuding with Alexa, seeing that seed stemming a little bit. So the end game, we'll see what the end game is with this Absolution thing. But they did beat up on Alicia Fox though. They didn't beat up on Asuka because she walked out again, but they beat up on Alicia Fox instead. Being Rose and Sonya did all the work. Paige didn't do anything. Because Paige has a little bit of a friendship thing with Alicia. They did have a storyline. They were these so-called best friends. That was a weird storyline they had a couple years ago. The whole best friend thing. That was weird and interesting. After that, we were going on to Finn Balor taking on Bo Dallas, representing the Miz Lodge. It's kind of weird to have Miz not there because it's in Hollywood tonight, but he's making a movie. Marine 6 with Becky Lynch. That's why we haven't seen her on SmackDown as well, because she's in the movie too. Hopefully she gets more of a role than Summer or Maurice did in the last 2 Marine movies. Thank you, Brian Zane, Wrestling Regret, for those reviews during your Marine month. Anyway, excellent trying to distract Balor earlier on, especially during one point when Finn was going for the coup de grace and or some sort of move up the top. And Axel hit the ropes a couple times, hit the post, distracting Balor enough for Bo to capitalize. But despite Bo's best efforts, the battle of former NXT champions ended with Balor standing tall after a sling blade and a couple strikes, leading to the coup de grace in the victory for Balor. Despite the fact he's not going for the title now, a lot of movies are fine about he was going to face up against Lesnar, but he's not because he's not getting more over enough. But what are you going to do? You're going to make Roman look strong by having Lesnar beat up on Roman's friends, then lose the woman at Mania. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but hey, it's WWE for you. Now on to not just the best thing about Raw tonight, best thing all year in many people's eyes, best segment of the year. This was the feud that everyone's been waiting on since the Hardys returned to WWE. Woken Matt Hardy against Bray Wyatt. After months of legal wrangling, Anthem finally let down and finally allows the Hardys to reclaim ownership of the broken gimmick. But WWE wants to own it, so it's now Woken Matt Hardy. He got taken out by Bray last week. And now this week, they had a backstage segment with Bray doing his little Bray thing. Talking about how he beat up Matt Hardy. Saying it wasn't his breaking point, it was my breaking point. And he got interrupted by Woken Matt. He's got the coat, he's got the hair, and of course he's full on broken Woken. They better not fuck this up. This was a funny segment. Yes! Wonderful! It was wonderful indeed. I'm not a fan of Impact anymore. I stopped watching right before the broken gimmick happened, but I've seen my share of bits from the internet. And I'm like, dang it. I did think to myself, I should have kept watching. That was the only thing that kept me watching it, and what had happened before I quit watching Impact back in 2015. So it was a weird exchange, and the fans were waiting for it so long to finally see a broken gimmick, or at least a broken gimmick. Hopefully they have a huge opportunity here. They better not fuck this up. Even with Brother Nero injured, hopefully he'll be broken too. I think he will be woken when he comes back. But at least now we have Woken Matt. And Bray will be up for deletion. And hopefully they allow Matt to go full out. Have creative control over this. Especially the segments they did in the final deletion. Even though WWE's been accused of ripping off those segments. Especially when the New Day took on the Wyatt family. In ill time, it was right after one of the Hardy segments on Impact. And everyone was comparing them. But at least they're not competing against each other anymore. The Hardys and WWE, they're on the same side. And hopefully WWE will allow Matt to do like he did in Impact, or at least a variation of it. Looks good thus far, and hopefully it'll all pay off. So now on to our main event match for the Raw Tag Team titles. Everybody, this is a feud that never ends. It will go on and on, my friends. The Sheild coming out separately, not to the Sheild music, but to their own individual music. Ambrose and Rollins taking on the Bar. Like the New Day Usos, they have great matches, great chemistry, but they need to end. Now they're just having New Day and Usos and add Benjables in there for Clash of the Champions. Benjables, Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable are an afterthought. They're like a second fiddle. Here, Benjables, you get a tag team title match against the Usos. Bad wedding New Day, because we don't care about other teams. We care about New Day and Usos. That's it. And same at Raw. We don't care about other teams. We don't care about the club. No. The only two teams that exist is Sheamus and Cesaro and the Shield. Are the other teams? Have a revival? No, there's no revival. They're not back yet. Just these two teams. That's the problem with some times with WWE, that they only focus on certain teams and certain people at one time. Raw's only focusing on, like I said, the Shield and the Bar. And same with SmackDown. Despite great teams, they keep egging on the Usos New Day thing. And now, like I said, Benjables is just a third banana. But they still put on a good match, being the Bar and the Shield. Great double TV, great spots yet again. But they need to end those. Like, they're fighting too much, it's going to get tiring. You know what I mean? The match has been amazing. But it's like, they need a break from each other. And hopefully this ends it. But at one point, we almost had a screwy ending out of this. Despite missing efforts from Rollins and Ambrose after Rollins got isolated for the first half of the match, and then Ambrose got a hot tag, did his whole lunatic thing. Even Rollins got back in to do a V-trigger onto Sheamus. And everyone hit the hard moves. Even Cesaro bought back he was going for a swing at one point, but got counted. And he was going for a new try. It was a fun match. But we had almost a square ending as Sheamus was on top of Rollins. He would not break up after the count of 5, so he got DQ'd for not breaking the hold after 5. So I was like, really? We had a shitty DQ, a double DQ finish last week. Yeah, we're going to have another Raw in with a DQ finish? No. Thank God Kurt Angle came in saying this. No way we're going to end Raw like this again for the second week in a row with a DQ finish. We're going to resume this match. I thought I was going to say next week. Happily he did not, as I mentioned. He made it no DQ. So the match resumed. They balled on the outside a bit. Rollins and Ambrose came up, flying from the ring. Under Sheamus is on the outside. Balls, like I said, by the barricades a bit. And then all of a sudden, Samoa Joe came out from the crowd, attacking both Rollins and Ambrose. And then Reigns came in for the rescue, chased Joe out. But that distraction was enough for Sheamus to bro kick Ambrose and gets the pin and the victory. For the second time, Roman's friends, Seth and Dean, got screwed over the tag team titles by outside interference. Of course, a few weeks back, they lost the titles in the first place to the Bar, thanks to the New Day, that led to the match of Survivor Series. And now, Roman Reigns, his rivalry with Samoa Joe has been intertwined with his Shield brethren, as Samoa Joe one-upped Roman Reigns and decided to screw his friends out of the tag team titles, heating up the Roman Joe feud, which I think is going to culminate at the Rumble. That's what I'm thinking. I think a lot of people think they're going to face off tonight, which they didn't. They're going to have the match in the Rumble. They're going to prolong the feud. And they have other things happening, like, Jason Jordan, who probably will take on Joe next week. And if that happens, who's going to face Roman next week in the Open Challenge? We shall see. Who will accept Open Challenge next week if Joe's busy with Jordan and holding off on a woman match until the Rumble? So, there you go. Fun way to finish off Raw. But really, these two teams, we love these two teams, Ball and the Shield, but they need to stay away from each other. And hopefully Revival comes back soon, and hopefully they stay injury-free, damn it! They've been battling roster because every time they come, one got hurt and the other one got hurt after they returned. So, hopefully these injuries don't mislead WWE to not push them in a title picture. Might be why we're not seeing Balor get pushed. Other than the fact we don't want Lesnar to kill him. Anyway, that was my thoughts on Raw. Great matches tonight. Some fun matches. Some good little storyline. And of course, Woken Matt Hardy arriving. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. With that in mind, you've all been attacked by the review from Zach. See you next time. Bye-bye.